Hey guys, welcome back to another great episode of Conversations That Lead to Greatness. Now today we're discussing 5 tips that will help you build confidence in yourself. Okay guys, so let's dive in. This is Conversations That Lead to Greatness. Keisha Smith.
And I'm Lester Smith.
And we coach you on how to break free of your limiting mindsets that hinders your ability to create the life you desire. Okay, so if you're on a personal development journey and you're looking for some motivation, go ahead and hit that subscription button. Subscribe to our channel, because each episode we put out will educate, motivate, and inspire you along your journey. So 5 tips that will help you build more confidence in yourself. You want to go first or me?
Go ahead.
Oh, me? Okay. So my number 1 tip is practice self-compassion. Okay, this was one thing I had to learn on my journey, is because I'm very hard on myself. Okay, by nature I'm hard on myself more than I am on anybody else. So when I found myself lacking confidence when it's time for me to step out or to trust my ability, I had to give myself compassion. I had to be kind to myself. I had to watch myself talk, watch the dialogue that I'm having, with myself about my strengths and weaknesses, okay? So I would say give yourself compassion. Like, treat yourself like you treat everybody else. Mm-hmm. Like all your friends and family, how you give them chance after chance and, have hope for them. Give yourself that same treatment. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's what I would say.
Okay, yeah, we can be super hard on ourselves.
Yes.
So we have to practice compassion and give ourselves mercy. Yeah, we have to give ourselves mercy. God gives us mercy, so why shouldn't we give our own self mercy?
True.
Yeah, so we will give other people mercy before we give ourselves mercy. You ever thought about that? We will give other people mercy, and what's the other word that go with that?
Grace.
Mercy and grace. There you go. Mm-hmm. We will give other people mercy and grace before we give ourselves. We'll be just beat up on ourselves. And yeah, practicing self-compassion would definitely be.
And it's crazy because we do that because we want to have a punching bag. We want to have someone to blame. We
don't want to have one. We got to have one.
We got to.
A lot of people got to have one.
Yeah.
A punching bag.
Yes, we got to have a punching bag. And who is better to punch ourselves when we make mistakes? It's ourselves. Yeah. We condemn and crucify ourselves. So give yourself compassion. And another thing, one way that I'm doing that is being mindful. Being mindful of my thoughts, my feelings, my emotion. I am basically becoming aware of how I feel when difficulties come, when adversity come. I'm being aware of it, and I'm feeling it, and I'm validating it. A lot of times when we go through difficulty and we might feel, the negative feelings come, we try to shun them down and not acknowledge them and be like, okay, this is why I'm feeling like this. I'm going to, feel it, but I'm not going to stay there. I'm going to feel it and then move on, move forward. So be mindful and observe your feelings and your thoughts. And allow yourself to judge that. Right today I'm feeling bad. Why do I feel bad? Let me judge, why am I feeling bad about this situation? So be mindful. Practice mindfulness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Second tip, the mirror technique. I love the mirror technique. If you never heard of the mirror technique is where you stand in front of the mirror and you tell yourself positive affirmations over and over again. You find some great positive affirmations that you can tell yourself on a daily basis. You may do it early in the morning. I recommend you doing it early in the morning and late at night before you go to sleep. That's the best time to get that deep down into you, because you basically teaching your subconscious mind something positive instead of telling it something negative. Because all throughout the day, we constantly beat up on ourselves. So we have to build our confidence level up early in the morning, before you even get to that negative self-talk.
Yeah.
And then later at night before you go to sleep, because your mind replays stuff all through the night, during dreams, and just throughout the night that you don't even know it's existing. You don't even know that's going on. But your mind replays those negative things all throughout the day. But if the last thing you told your mind was something that you stood into the mirror and look yourself directly in the eyes and tell yourself that over and over again, your mind going to replay that throughout the night. That's a great way to build self-confidence.
Yeah, I like to call it standing on business. You know how they call it? You standing on business?
Yeah.
Like stand on business, telling yourself positive things, telling yourself the things you want to hear, the things you want to become. Stand on business and be intentional in that. And the mirror technique is good because it's crazy because a lot of times we so like, it's not afraid. I don't want to say afraid, but to actually look deep into your eyes in the mirror at yourself and see beyond your surface level, but to see what you're thinking, your thoughts, to see past, see that. It's kind of hard, and it feels weird at first. But once you start doing a couple of times and you really being intentional, seeing past the surface level of what you see and see deeper into your inner being and speaking to that person, oh, that is a change. Like that is a true change.
You're gonna feel awkward doing it in the beginning. I would say give yourself at least a month of doing it in the morning and then late at night. And if you can only get it done once a day, but just do it every single day.
Yeah.
For that whole month. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And I would say even just before we move on to the next tip, like this is a perfect way you can forgive yourself, like practice forgiveness on yourself, because that's still part of, having compassion, is to look yourself in the mirror like you're talking to yourself and tell yourself, I forgive you. I forgive you for your past mistakes. I forgive you for the choices you made. And tell yourself, I let go of the shame and the guilt that I feel. Like literally speak to yourself as if someone else is telling you these words. That is another way you can really free yourself from that guilt, that shame, that judgment, and you're able to move forward and release it.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Mirror technique. That's good. Another tip, number 3. I would say focus on developing a sense of your abilities. Like focus on cultivating. Like I have a sense of what I can do and what I can't do. Your strengths and weakness. Cultivate that, because then it's going to help you recognize your strengths, what you're good at, and do it. Versus something that you're not so good at, you can go and learn to do it. You see what I'm saying? And that's going to help you build your confidence, because it's going to make you take action in developing it and showcasing your skills. So it's going to make you want to get better at something you're not good at. But if you already recognize your strength, and when a chance or opportunity comes, you're not afraid to jump on it, because I am strong in this area. This is what I'm good at. This is what sets me apart. This is what I stand on. You know what I'm saying? So you acknowledging that I'm good at this. So let me go ahead and show you what I got. You know what I'm saying? So that's helping you build confidence in that. And even in your weaknesses, acknowledge your weakness. Everybody have a weakness. We're not good at everything. Like you have a weakness, whether you acknowledge it or not. But when you acknowledge your weakness, you're saying, okay, this is where I'm limited at. I know that this is not my strong suit. So let me find help. Let me find someone who is better in this area. Let me find somebody to teach me, to educate me, to get that experience so I can become up to par in that area. You know what I'm saying? And once you do that, you're going to build confidence in that, in your weakness. So acknowledge it. Keep, don't act like you got everything.
Yeah, like she said, we're not the strongest at everything. So a lot of us are very good at one particular thing, maybe 2. But it's, the one thing that you're good at is going to be the thing that you're strongest at. Okay, and you're going to continue. Because a lot of times, let me say this too. As you've been doing that same thing over and over again for years, you built that muscle up in that. You understand what I'm saying? That second thing you're not as good at as the first thing, but you can also build that muscle up in that second thing also. And then I wouldn't say try to get good at every single thing, because you know what it is that you're really good at. You know what you're really good at, and you can hire somebody to do the other things. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be you going on Fiverr, if you have your own business, you going on Fiverr, or you just jump on Facebook Marketplace and hire somebody to do those particular jobs. It's an abundance of people out there waiting for you to hire them.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? Just for that one particular job. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
Anyway.
crazy because when you say that, like, it's not a secret that I'm cleaning is not my strong suit. Okay, it's not a secret. Like just in that case, hey, hire somebody to do it. You see what I'm saying? I'm not gonna beat myself and judge myself because it's not my strong suit. I'm just gonna either one or two things gonna happen. Well, I'm gonna say one. Either I'm gonna learn how to clean. Or what I'm really gonna do is pay somebody if I have the means to do it. You see what I'm saying?
That's two things.
Well,
Either
two
one
things.
or the other.
But I pick pay somebody. I'm just saying. But I want us to think about our uniqueness because I think a lot of times we shun our uniqueness down because it's different from what other people see or what we see in the world. But if it was so common, it wouldn't be unique.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times we have to embrace our uniqueness and use it as the foundation to build, the confidence. Like I know that when I was doing hair, I had a uniqueness of how I treated my clients, how I took care of them, how I catered to them. That was my uniqueness. That's what caused people to, fling to me and build my clientele every week. Like every week I had same clients. I had weekly clients, every 2 weeks clients. That's how my salon stayed open. It wasn't from specials, it wasn't from walk-ins, but having that clientele built up that come every week and every 2 weeks because of my uniqueness.
Yep.
At first I used to shy away. Well, nobody else is doing this. Like, why am I doing it? You know what I'm saying? But I realized this is who I am. This is why I do what I do. It's because it makes me happy.
Yeah.
So I embrace my uniqueness and I put it into my business and my business flourished off of that. So in the end, it helped me to build my confidence in my ability of doing and running a salon.
Yeah.
So embrace your uniqueness.
I like that.
Don't shun it.
What was that, number 3?
Yes.
Number 4. Tip number 4.
Yes.
Surround yourself with supportive people. Supportive people and also people that's going to push you to catapult you to the next level.
Yeah.
And what do I mean when I say that? As you get, let's say you get a mentor, they're going to let you know where they went wrong in certain areas, and that will help you build confidence up because you'll be able to build confidence in that area where they went wrong. You understand what I'm saying? So as, let's say you are not good at sales. Well, you find a sales mentor that is real good at sales, and you basically mimic what he's doing, or mimic what he has done, that make him
Top.
that make him in the top in his field. And you don't necessarily have to find a mentor per se that's that you go and meet with on a daily basis. You have a lot of mentors right here on YouTube.
Yeah.
Right here on YouTube. We would love to be your mentor. So, you know what I'm saying? If you like the content that we put out, just subscribe. All you gotta do is subscribe, and we keep dropping these videos, and you're being mentored by us whether you know it or not. And it don't just have to just be us. It's a lot of videos on YouTube. Find somebody that you resonate with and get that support system that you need.
Yeah.
It don't necessarily have to be somebody in your inner circle, but if you have somebody that you can find that's close to you, it's better. It's better because you can have that eye-to-eye contact with them, and you can sit down and have lunch with them, and they can, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people engage better when they have that physical conversation. Yeah, so a mentor, a strong mentor, a strong support system.
Yeah, and it's crazy because when you say surround yourself with people that's supportive, it's almost like, especially when we're trying to build confidence, because for one, we're hard on ourselves. For two, we don't have a sense of our ability. You know, we really don't know our true identity, right? So that's a struggle. So when difficulty times come, we always want to isolate ourselves. Like I call it imposed isolation. We make a choice to, I'm gonna isolate myself. I don't want nobody to see me. I don't want nobody to, know the true me and figure out what I don't have it all together. And I would say that's the worst thing you can do on your journey, because when you're surrounded by supportive people, they don't care what you're going through in a sense where they're going to judge you. They don't care that you don't have it all together. They're trying to help you get it together. And how they're going to help you get it together if you don't reveal that you don't have it together?
Exactly.
So I would look at I look at it as a community. You know, you want to build a community of people that, man, when I need motivation, when I'm in a funk, when I feel like I don't want to, you know, go on, I want to give up. You have a community of people that's going to say, nah, man, come on, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Get out that funk. Let's go do this. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? To keep you focused, to keep you straight on your path. It's so easy to get off track when you don't have that support system. No one holding you accountable. So I look at it as, get yourself a community of people that supports your where you're going, that supports you, that support your goal, your dreams, your aspirations, that know that, hey, I'm going to hold you accountable. And you have to be open for that.
Yep.
You know, you can't sit there and say, I want a support system, but then you don't want them to hold you accountable. You know what I'm saying? So surround yourself with supportive people, but then you gotta want that. You gotta understand what comes along with people that hold you accountable. They're not gonna let you just do what you want or what you feel. They're gonna say, hey man, no, that's wrong. That's what you didn't say you was gonna do that. So what's the problem?
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, build confidence.
Yeah. And number 5, tip number 5, negative self-talk. Recognize negative self-talk. When we all on a daily basis have thoughts that go through our mind that's negative. We have to cast those down and replace them with positive self-talk. A lot of people call it affirmations, you know what I'm saying, and this and that. But you got to recognize that. Recognize that when that negative self-doubt and that negative self-talk come up and say, well, you can't do that. Be like, man, I can do all things.
Yeah.
I can do whatever I put my mind to. You know what I'm saying? And the way you cast that down is by jumping on that right away.
Yes.
Jumping on it, just do some research on it real quick. You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna cast that down immediately. And as you keep doing that over and over again, your whole life gonna be, your whole self-confidence and everything gonna be boosted up. Cause let me say this too. You the only person that know every lie you ever told. Every time you ever said you was gonna do this or you was gonna do that and you didn't do it, that's a lie. You lied to yourself. And as you stop lying to yourself, that confidence level is gonna build up. That's negative self-talk too when you're lying to yourself. When you say I'm gonna achieve this goal, you'll set that New Year's resolution to achieve a goal by the end of the year, and by week 3 or week 4, you done dropped out already. You done dropped out already. Say, I'll get back on it next year. I'll get back on it next month, and then you never do it. You keep lying to yourself, and you keep saying next month. Now you just never do it. You know, and that's just you lying to yourself. Basically, whether you admit it or not. Whether you admit it or not, you're lying to yourself. But anyway.
Yeah. And I would say one way to recognize, like, I'm at a stage where I'm questioning every single thing, even my feelings, even my emotions.
Yeah.
So if I have a negative dialogue with myself and I'm beating myself up, I'm asking myself, why do I feel like this? Why do I feel this way about myself?
Okay. And
where did that feeling come from? Like, a lot of times, negative self-talk is being was taught to you, excuse me, from your environment, from your, the parents who raised you, your circle. It's almost like a generational thing that everyone has a tendency of talking negative about themselves. So I'm asking myself, where did that come from? And who told me? Say, I had, let me give you an example. One of my negative self-talk was I wasn't good enough. Is that negative self-talk? Well, I was feeling like I wasn't good enough, right? And I had to realize, where did that feeling come from? Who told me I wasn't good enough?
Yeah.
A lot of times, and I had to realize, okay, if I can trace where this negative self-talk, where this label came from, then I can unlearn it. Because then I'm tracing it where it came from, and I'm looking at it and being like, no, just because you say I wasn't worthy, or just because you said, or you put that limitation on me because of your own ability, I'm not going to carry that into who I am now. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times when we identify negative self-talk, trace it back to where it came from. And then ask yourself, why do you feel this way? What make you feel, what make you feel this way about yourself? And then once you answer those questions, you're now become aware of it, and now you can cast it down. Now you can recognize it and replace it. Because if you can't recognize it, you won't be able to replace it. You'll think it's normal because it's been you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Your body, your mind is used to it.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't see a problem with it. But once you trace it and say, no, that's not good. This is not who I am. This is not who I'm trying to be. You can then replace it.
Yeah.
But recognize it first.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I like to call it learn, unlearn, and relearn.
That's what I was saying. You can unlearn.
Yeah, you can unlearn that information that you were taught. It might have been taught to you by your mom, teachers, whoever, grandparents, whatever. They might have told you couldn't do a certain thing and that you wanted to try to do, and then you've been replaying that in your mind all these years.
Yes.
All these years you've been replaying that in your mind. So you learned that information from your mom or your teacher, whoever. So you have to unlearn that information and then relearn some new information. You unlearn the information by learning some new information.
Yes.
And as you learn some new information, you're going to replace that old negative self-talk, because you've been replaying that for a long time. As they told you that you couldn't do this or do that, you've been replaying that over and over and over again in your head. You be like, well, maybe I can't do it. Maybe I can't do it. As you over the years, and as you unlearn that and then relearn some new information, you're gonna be a lot better off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Believe something new. That's what I call it. Believe something new.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, guys, so that is our 5 tips on what we do on a daily basis and have been doing since our journey to personal development. These are the tips we do like wholeheartedly, and it helped build our confidence, even with this YouTube video, like getting out, getting in front of the camera. As you can see, from last year to this year, we have got better. Okay, so and that's even with confidence, because we built our confidence in, hey, this is what we're called to do. So we're gonna go and bask in our uniqueness. This is who we are. Show our personality. Bam. It builds confidence. So we hope these tips help you in your journey to stepping out and doing what God called you to do, and do it with confidence, because you know your ability and you know your strengths and you know your weaknesses. Okay, guys. So.
Hey, let me say one more. I'm gonna give you one more. This is gonna be it.
Come on,
it's just a little quick one.
Jim.
Little Jim at the end. You know what I'm saying? A bonus.
Bonus.
Believe what God said about you, not what man said about you.
Or even yourself.
God said you can do all things. You know what I'm saying? Believe that. Believe and receive. Yeah. You got to receive that. Receive that what God told you and not what man told you. Or even yourself, like she said, even yourself. Because we tell ourselves things that we shouldn't be telling ourselves, but God said you can do all things through Him. Just keep Him first, and you can do all things. But anyway.
Hey, one more.
Yeah.
Hey, did you push that button? Did you push that subscription button? Go ahead and subscribe to this YouTube channel, okay?
Yeah.
Go ahead. We're going to wait. You pushed it. You push it. Thank you. All right, guys.
Hey, we appreciate that.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate
Go ahead,
that.
take
And you know what I'm saying? We all we're doing is trying to get this information to the world. And you can help us do that by subscribing, liking, and sharing. You know what I'm saying? That's it. But anyway.
Push the freaking button. What was that? What was that? Rush hour.
Okay.
Yeah, push the button, huh?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But anyway, guys, God is good. Life is good. When we look good, we feel good. We live in a life of abundance. Peace.
Bye, guys.